Welcome to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast hosted by me, Michaela J. Get ready to dive into an action-packed, bougie-based, and spiritually guided experience on all things manifesting your next level Lux life. Let's go. Hi, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast with your girl. It is I, the Michaela J, here to teach you how to manifest your next level Lux life. Happy Monday. Happy June. I recently heard somebody call June Just Do It June, and I love that. So whatever you need to rip the Band-Aid off for, Just Do It June is the time. How are we in June? Like, welcome summer. Welcome almost halfway through 2025. Like, what's actually going on? It's so crazy. And I've got so many fun travel plans for the summer. I literally can't wait. I'm ready to be on a boat. I'm ready to be on the beach. I'm ready to be tan. I'm ready to be in Europe. Oh my gosh. And also, if you're not signed up for the Europe retreat yet, I don't know what you're doing because it's going to be the best time ever. One of the girls who just joined recently, we're going to be there during her birthday. So come and join us, celebrate her birthday. We're going to have such a blast. Her birthday will be when we're in Italy. So it's just going to be so magical. For the Europe retreat, we're going to Greece and to Italy. It's going to be awesome. Anyways, let's get into this episode. I want to talk about the one question I ask myself before every single up level. Now, before we get into that, I want to tell you about a brand new masterclass that I have for you. It's called Obsessed. Obsessed. It is a money masterclass. Okay. So if you're ready to manifest some money for your hot girl summer, let's do it. You're ready to take up your receiving to another level. Let's do it. This is your rich girl rewire. Hi, where overflow is no longer optional. Okay. Because people around you might say like, oh, you're obsessed with money. You're obsessed with working. You're obsessed with making more. You're obsessed with this, with that, whatever. And it's like, yeah, I'm actually just obsessed with creating the life of my dreams. I'm actually just obsessed with having overflow so I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. I'm actually obsessed with having the option to bless people in my life. I'm actually obsessed with creating a reality where I get to take my mom to Paris this year. I'm actually obsessed with life, not with money, not with work. I mean, we become obsessed with work because we love what we do for work, and that's a part of living your best life. But I digress. This masterclass is going to be a rich girl rewire to activate you into your next level receiving. It's going to be so good. The link to sign up is in the show notes for you, and we will be teaching this live. It's going to be insane. Okay. Obsessed energy. Why are you so obsessed with me? So let's talk about the number one question before an up level that you need to be thinking about. Okay. I was having this conversation with a client last week, and I was like, this needs to be a quickie podcast episode for your Monday. If you know you're about to level up, you know things are about to pop off, whether it's you're going on a big trip and you feel like, oh my God, I've just had this big glow up. I'm going on this amazing vacation about to pop off. You're doing a launch in your business. You're like, my business is about to pop off. You have a new offer. Like my bank account's going to pop off. Maybe you are newly single or newly in a relationship and you're like, my relationships in my life are going to be popping off. Then you are on the edge of a huge up level. Okay. So when I feel this momentum building, you know when you're in it because you're doing the things and you're excited about life and you have things to look forward to. You can feel it. As soon as I feel it, I get really intentional about this one question. Where do I have loose ends? Where do I have loose ends? And I would write this in your journal, right at the very top of the page. Where do I have loose ends? And when I go through this question, I then write a bullet pointed list of everything that is open-ended in my life. Things that have not been completed, things I don't have closure around, like an email I need to follow up with, right? Not like your ex-boyfriend who gives a fuck, right? An email, something that you need actual closure on, okay? But anything that is open-ended that needs to be closed. When we are leveling up, we want to level up with clean energy and we want to make it a smooth transition. If we've got all of these open ends, we end up creating a lot more resistance because now you're thinking, oh, I'm going to take my business to the next level, but now I have to think about these other loose ends over here of things that I need to do and complete, or okay, well, I don't have this onboarding system ready. So how am I going to take this to the next level, right? So you start to get into your head about things, and this is where self-sabotage kicks in. So that's why I'm saying when you feel this momentum brewing and you're like, things are going good, we're on the up and up, shit's about to pop off, that's when you ask this question. Where do I have loose ends? So my list might look like, I need to put away this laundry. I need to take that bag of clothes to Goodwill. I need to schedule in that lunch with a friend I haven't seen in a month and we keep wanting to coordinate something, right? It could be an email you need to respond to. It could be something for work. It could be, sending a message to somebody being like, hey, I don't really want to be your friend anymore, or like whatever, you know what I mean? It could be that you need to deep clean your fridge. Like maybe you were super excited about meal prepping and you're like, I'm gonna be on my hot girl shit. Like I'm gonna meal prep some overnight oats and there's literally no room in your fridge. And then you don't make the oats and then you're not getting in your protein. You're not sticking to the plan. You're not sticking to the fucking list because you've got this loose end, right? So it could be like tidying things. It could be work things. It could be something that you've been thinking about closing or changing in your business and your career that you haven't actually taken action on. Okay. It could be a project you started that you never finished. It could be that whatever. When we ask ourselves this question, we get really clear on what needs to happen next in order to make your up level as easy as possible. So I ask myself this question, I make my list, and literally I get as much of that done that day as humanly possible. You will feel so different after. You will have so much energy. And these are like a lot of times such little things we're not really thinking about, but subconsciously you're thinking about them and you're remembering them and you're reminding yourself of them because you don't want to forget that you've got this loose end. You don't want to forget that you need to respond to that email. You don't want to forget of like, oh yeah, I need to like clean out my fridge. Like something's going to go rotten. And you don't want to forget like, oh yeah, I need to do the blah, 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 blah. So it's taking up energy in your head, whether you realize it or not. So once you close all of these loops, once you tie all the loose ends into pretty little bows, you get an instant boost of energy. And then you're even more excited to take action on the things you were already building momentum around. This makes you quantum leap so fast. And here's the thing, when you make this list, there might be resistance. It might bring a little anxiety. Maybe it's a conversation you need to have that you've been avoiding. Maybe it's that you need to quit your job and you've just been like dancing around it for a while. Like it's not always going to be this super easy thing. It might be a little intense. It might feel a little scary, but that's when you're going to get the most energy back because you're no longer beating around the bush. And I feel like part of that process is where we end up leveling because we say, all right, I need to do this thing. This is a loose end and I'm uncomfortable, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm going to lead myself through it because that's what my next level self would do. And I don't want this to continue lingering when I'm at that next level. When it's something that makes you feel a little scared, a little afraid, a little anxious, you've got to feel that fear and do it anyways. You've got to rip the Band-Aid off. And honestly, my approach to this is if there's something that's giving me a lot of anxiety on the list, I do that one first because the last thing you want to do is do all of the easy little tasks. And then at the very end, you're just dreading it, the biggest, scariest task, because then the whole time you're doing all the little ones, you're going to make them take longer because you don't actually want to do the big, hairy, scary one. Okay. So we do the most uncomfortable ones first because that will be the biggest boost of energy you get back. And then you will just fly through the rest of your list because this isn't meant to be something that takes up your entire fucking day. If we can get it done in an hour or two, that would be awesome. And this is going to give you energy. This is going to help you up level a lot faster. Okay. So the next time you're on the edge of an up level, we are asking ourselves, where do I have loose ends? Make your bullet pointed list and start tackling it like there is no tomorrow, baby. Okay. You're going to feel so amazing afterwards. All right. I can't wait to hear what comes from this exercise for you, this journal prompt and this action taking. It's not enough to just write it down. You got to go take the action. Let me know how it goes. I will see you in the Obsessed Masterclass and I will talk to you on Wednesday. Bye. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a 5-star rate and review. I love hearing your takeaways and wins from the podcast in the review section, so don't forget. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.